Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tinta, which is short form Tinta, and if you're new here, welcome. I do not know much about braiding, so everything I'm going to be sharing with you guys is going to be beginner friendly. We are going to go through not one, not two, not three, but 4 different ways to make this hairstyle look so natural in the shortest time possible. This is going to be quick and very easy. We will be using the Fluffy Kinky by Angel and also by Doremi. One is 65 kwacha and this other one by Doremi is 55 kwacha. The other one by Doremi is a lot more harder as compared to the Fluffy Kinky by Angel, which is much softer. I wanted it in this color 1B, but they only had one remaining from each brand, so I had to get from 2 different brands. So I've already done the first one because this is my first time doing this. I've never done it before, so I needed some practice and it came out great. So let's go on and do the second one together. So I part my hair, then fluff out just the beginning of the extension and part it into 3. The 3 parts of the extension are now going to be attached to the 3 parts that I'm going to separate on my natural hair. You can attach your braid from the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter. I just found it easier to do it this way when I was beginning, as I was still figuring out how to do this hairstyle. It worked out great anyway. To be honest, most of the things that I do on this channel are try and error. If you haven't been here long enough, I don't know what I'm doing until I just do it. In fact, here's a mistake that I'm already making. Make sure to grab your crochet hook and pull it through, and make sure it reaches the end before you put your hair in there and pull it through the artificial hair. So just fluff it out and pull the artificial hair forward to make sure it covers your hair. And also make sure to not have your hair be so big that when it gets into the artificial hair, it is visible. So here I'm just showing you how much of the extension I ended up coming through. So I attached each section to my natural hair and just braided it. But if you cannot braid, our next method is going to be braidless, so stick around and just watch on the next braid. So again, we're just going to pull our hair through the crochet hook. So grab our crochet hook and just push it through the hair until you reach the bottom. You must reach the bottom, guys. If you don't, your natural hair is going to stick out and it's going to show. So reach the bottom, then pull it through and attach your natural hair, and then pull it through your artificial hair. And just keep doing the same thing until your natural hair is actually well hidden. How long this takes is dependent on how long your hair is. If your hair is longer, it's going to take you a little bit longer to pull the hair through and hide your natural hair. This one came out great, but the previous one was a little too big. The braid was a little too big to go into the artificial hair, so you can see the braid showing. I'm going to redo it and show you how to take it down, and also just do it the right way. Let's now move on to the braidless method. I love this method. It's easy and it's quick. So I'm going to use a rubber band, tie my natural hair and the extension with a rubber band around, and then after that grab my crochet hook and also use a little bit of gel just to help the hair hold together. You don't have to, but I did. I'm just going to crochet again the same way we did before. This way you will have your natural hair well hidden. I don't know how much of a protective hairstyle this is, but it's easy and it's quick for everybody out there that doesn't want to braid their hair, or you just don't know how to braid your hair. This is quick, this is easy, you can do it really fast. And it's really beautiful. When it's done, you can't see the hair at all. I'm turning it in all angles so you guys can see that the hair isn't showing at all. I told you guys this was going to be beginner friendly method, didn't I? Oh, but guys, please make sure that your rubber band is actually holding your hair nicely before you do the crochet method, because if you don't, your hair may fall out. Just make sure that the rubber band is actually holding your hair nicely. On to the third method. This one, we're just going to use the same rubber band method, but this time we're just going to braid the hair. For those that don't feel comfortable putting the hair directly onto the natural hair and just braiding it without a rubber band, this is a good method. You could just use a rubber band to secure it and then use the extension as the third braiding hair. And once you're done braiding, just go on and crochet your hair as demonstrated before. This is so easy, guys. I have seen other methods and I tried. In fact, I'm going to show you in a bit right after this one another method that I tried that it works well for people that actually know what they're doing, but as a beginner it was quite challenging for me. So these methods I've shown so far were the easiest for me to do, and they also gave me the kind of natural look that I was actually trying to go for with this look. Also, there were adjustments that were made to make it even easier as we go, guys, so just keep watching. And once you're done crocheting, push your hair down a little bit so that your hair does not appear too bulky at the bottom. On to the fourth method. So this one, you need some yarn. Just make it as long, a little bit longer than your natural hair. Place the extension in between the two separated parts, and then get your yarn and wrap around to secure the extension in your natural hair. So this is the method that I had a little bit of difficulty with, because all that wrapping, guys, my arm was very tired. But that is not even the thing that got me to think, this is not it for me. So after you tie the base, you're supposed to separate your natural hair and the yarn on one side and the artificial hair on one side, and just twist that until your natural hair is done. And you're supposed to keep it in between the dips, like the dips of the extension, and just twist until your natural hair is done. When you get there, grab the yarn and just wrap around. That felt like a lot of work, and also the pattern of the artificial hair was just, it disappeared. I didn't like this method because of the work, and two, how much the pattern just went away. So I went back to parting my hair into two and using the extension as the third piece for my braid. So I was doing my hair nicely with you guys, and then Faith came along and was like, show me what you're doing. And then I showed her, and she was like, oh, this is easy. Let's go, you sit down so I can help you finish off the rest of your hair. I was like, oh, okay. So I went, sat on my bed. Where was Faith? Faith went for a walk, and I fell asleep. I literally fell asleep, guys, until the next morning. And the next morning was a Monday, which meant I was going to be late. So about Faith, yeah, but guys, just joking, guys, she had a long day. Anyway, the next morning I was using the Doremi hair, which was a little bit harder, so I had to twist my hair and just wiggle it a little bit to just make sure that it's soft enough for the crochet hook to go in easy. And I twisted it in the opposite direction to make sure it's loose enough and not as stiff. I only did this for the Doremi hair that I said in the beginning was quite hard, and not the other hair. You may get away with just pushing your crochet hook through, but it's a lot more harder and your arms may get tired. So I just went on and just did the rest of my hair, and at this point I had actually stopped unraveling the extension before adding it to the hair. But let me show you first how I take it down. Just grab the hair from the bottom, your natural hair that is, and remove it, pull it, and then now just unbraid with your comb. I just sectioned the hair and then did two separate braids using the extension as the third piece when braiding. This way I didn't have to waste time combing through the top part of the extension before actually using it. Now that the braid is much smaller, it's less likely to show when you crochet through the extension. To be honest, the reason why I used such big parts at the back was because I didn't want to run out of hair. But if you have enough hair, please take your time and just use the right amount. It just looks much better. Also, I didn't want too much hair in my head, so I used less hair as well for that reason. So I went on and did the last one off camera, then came back to show you guys the results. If you want to see how to style this hair, I'm going to leave a video over here because I don't want this video to be too long, so I want you guys to just enjoy this one. And if you want to see how different ways to style this hairstyle, go ahead and watch this one.